Hey there, guys. Have you been wanting to set up a server? Like, have you been wanting to share files or maybe access those files at home from somewhere else? Well, I'm here to show you how to do that with FileZilla Server today. FileZilla Server basically is a program which literally turns your computer into a server. So basically, that's what FTP means. It's File Transfer Protocol. So if you've ever been curious about what FTP means, if you've seen it up in the browser bar, that's what it means. And basically, I don't use FileZilla the client, because what the client does is it allows you to upload files to the server. Because mostly what this is used for is for websites, such as storing the actual HTML files on it. So pretty much sort of host is what we're talking about here. But I just use the server for accessing my files from home. And I've got to say, services that allow you to sync your files, like PogoPlug, for instance. You can access your files with PogoPlug in your browser. But the thing with that is that you have to sign up for it, and it can be, just the memory usage on that application is just horrendous. I've tried it in the past, and my computer was starting up, and it was just really, really slow. And the browser plugin just, the flash kept on crashing. That was my experience quite a long time ago. But the point is, and those websites do have good encryption, and obviously with this you don't get encryption unless if you make a certificate, which then can allow you to have TLS and so forth. But I just think that it's better with this because you don't have to provide any information really, and it's just all private. And because you're having a direct connection to your home computer, it's very unlikely that anyone will be monitoring what you're doing. So anyway, I'm just going to go into the configuration of this thing. As far as the install is concerned, just whiz through it as normal. Just leave everything on standard. Just leave everything on default. So the way you set this up is, first of all, to take the server offline, unclick that button, put it online, click that button, and it puts it online. This is just a log. This shows you all the users that are connected. So we're going to go to settings. Leave the port on port 21. This is the most commonly used port for file transfer protocol. You can make your own welcome message. It doesn't really matter what it is. IP bindings, IP filter. I've had a couple of people who have tried to get in, so I've put them in the ban list. Leave that as it is. Security settings, yep, block that and block that. Miscellaneous, I would start it minimized because it's a bit annoying if you have it pop up every time it starts at startup. I have mine on starting up. You can put in a admin password, which is probably a good idea actually. So type in your admin password right there. Logging if you want. Speed limits, there's no limit by default. Here's the SSL support. Autoban. Now you definitely want to enable autoban. So you want to check that box right there when you install this program to enable autoban. So that's the settings side taken care of. Now the user settings, I've made a user account for myself, obviously, so that I can log in and do what I wish. Always make sure that you've got at least one user account, okay? Because if you do not have a user account, basically anyone can get into your computer, providing that they know what the port number is, and they will know what that is, and they know what your IP address is. They're going to be able to get in there and access whatever files that you've I think they can access anything as far as I know. So anyway, this is how you add a user and you set them up. You click add. Let's type in a username. I don't know, say Jenny, and you can put them in a group if you want. You don't really need that, so it's not that important. And it's pretty easy to recognize the concept of the group thing. And then what you want to say is enable account, password. Type in a password, just any password, and make sure it is secure. However, you can put in a description, set the speed limits, IP filter, and then the share folders. You want to add in some shared folders. So I'm going to say something random. Say Sonar 3. That's just like an old file folder. So and you can set the permissions here. So I've set I only want this person to be able to read it. So click OK. And as far as the configuration of the program is concerned, that's done. But now we have to do something called port forwarding, because we need to be able to let that data, that traffic, get to your computer, basically. So what you want to do to get into your router settings, you want to come down to here, and you want to go to you want to go to Network and Sharing Center by clicking on your wireless button. Then you want to come to Connections and click on the connection you have. Click Details, and then what you want is the IPv4 default gateway. That's the one that you want to type into your browser, and put that in your browser. Now I've got a BT Home Hub, as you can see. Well, I don't know what router that you will have, so to be honest, that's your discretion really. If there's another, if it's different for you because you have a different router, I don't know what to do there, because I've got BT Home Hub. But really, it should be along the same lines as this. So I'm just going to pause the video whilst I get into my settings. Okay, so what we want to do now is click Advanced Settings. Now don't worry about messing up your internet or whatever, because if it does mess up, you can simply reset the router. But then again, it shouldn't mess up either way. Even if you put something wrong, it should not do anything to it. So go to port forwarding, wherever it may be, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of it. I'm actually going to get rid of it because I want to show you this part from the start, okay? So forget that you even saw FileZilla there. So you want to go to Applications or Supported Applications. I'm going to delete this, just forget that you ever saw that. And then what you want to do is say Add New Game or Application. So this is actually setting the rule. This is actually telling like what port the application or whatever is actually wanting to listen to. So you want to say no to copy an existing game or application if you have that. And then I'm going to say FileZilla Server as the name. The name can be anything you want, but I would suggest making it relevant. So there we go. Then you want to have the protocol and the trigger protocol set to TCP. Port range is simple, just put in 21 4 times. In port forwarding, it is always the same port repeated. Okay, that's why it's called port forwarding, because you want to keep it the same. You want to make all traffic go to that. So click Add, and then click Apply. So that custom rule has been added. But what we want to do is we want to tell that rule what it is assigned to, because I have other devices at home and the data will not know which device to go to. So whatever data is on port 21, it needs to know that it goes to my computer. That's all it is, okay? So most people know what their computer name is. mine is TomTosh. So select your game or application, and it's FileZilla Server, because that's what I called it. Select the device. I know it's TomTosh. Click Add. Then click Apply. And then the port forwarding is done. That's all there is to it, okay? So then, moving on to the software side of this, if you have Windows Firewall or any other firewall, it is pretty easy to allow a program through it. So I'm going to show you using Windows Firewall. So you go to Action Center, System and Security, Windows Firewall. I could show you advanced settings, but that is pretty much the same as the router settings, okay? So I'm not going to worry about this, because this way, which is much easier, should be fine, okay? Absolutely fine. So as you can see, I've already added my exceptions. The most important one that you add is FileZilla Server. I don't think you really need this one for the interface, because that's just showing you the activity. I just put mine in there just in case. But FileZilla Server, you need to put this in. So just say allow another program. Click Browse. Then you want to browse your program files, FileZilla Server, and select the file FileZillaServer.exe. Click Open. Click Add. Don't worry about that. If you click Add, it'll just usually go back to the screen. So mine is already in there, so don't worry about that. Yours won't be. So click Add, and then just click OK. And that's it. You've now successfully set it up. Just make sure you have that account, okay? Now when it comes to actually connecting to your computer, or anyone else connecting to your computer, I'm going to show you what to type, okay? So you want to do FTP : // then you want to put in your IP address. So this is obviously not a real IP address, but you want to, in place of this, you want your IP address, okay? And then you want to put :21, or whatever port you have used, okay? So literally put that into your browser bar, and then you will get prompted for your username and password. Put those in and connect to it. Dead easy. So I'm going to show you quickly connecting to mine. So for me, I just have to put this, because it's on my computer. So Tom, then my password, and that's it. Whatever folder that you've allowed yourself to see, you will see all of the files in there, and you can just access them easily, okay? And whoever else you're sharing files with, they can download them and everything like that. So how do you find out what your IP address is? Go to this website right here, whatsmyip.org, and literally when you go there, it will say your IP address is, and then it'll say your IP address, and then that's all it is, okay? And then remember to put in, for someone else or yourself to put in an IP address, your IP address, into your bar. Just type that, then your IP address, then : the port that you have used, and I would recommend just using 21. And really, that's pretty much it. So I hope that this has helped you, and I thank you for watching today. I hope you all have a nice afternoon, and I will see you the next time I make a video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a happy Easter.